Hi everyone, and welcome to What's on My iPad. Before we get started, I want to say that my iPad case is from an Etsy shop called Sugar Fancy Co. My iPad is the iPad Air 4th generation, along with the Apple Pencil 2nd generation. Both of my wallpapers on my lock screen and my home screen are from Pinterest. This is what my home screen looks like with all my widgets and my apps. I keep them all on one page just to minimize clutter. Starting off with my widgets, the first one I have is called MD Clock. It's a really cute retro style clock that you can use as a widget. The only downside about it is that it does cost money to buy the premium version, which has all the different kinds of styles. They have plenty of styles to choose from that are very retro looking or modern looking. You can choose to match it as a light or dark mode depending on the theme of your iPad. The one that I use is the 8-bit version with the little cute icons. I think it's totally worth it though because you only have to pay once and the little animated icons are super adorable. The characters you are able to change on the widget screen if you would like to. For example, I changed mine from the frog to the little panda. The next widget that I have is from the app called Notion. It's a really great note-taking app with tons of cool customization and features. I use Notion to keep track of my progress on my YouTube uploads and my different ideas. I also have a list for anime. I like to keep track of the ones that I have watched, and then I have a wish list of other animes that I want to watch. I even have a to-do list and a recipes list, but I haven't really messed around too much with Notion. I just use it for basic things like keeping track of certain goals and whatnot. The next widget I have is called Widgets SD, and this is the big calendar that's in the middle of my home screen. They have different customization options such as different colors. You can even have a clock instead of a calendar and different font styles. I use it mainly just for a calendar though, just because that's what I prefer. The next widget is just the default widget from the iPad that keeps track of my battery percentage for my iPad and my Apple Pencil. The next widget is my Duolingo widget, and it keeps track of my streak on every day that I've been learning on Duolingo. I use Duolingo right now since I am studying Japanese. It has definitely been very useful in helping me learn the basics of hiragana and katakana, and it's also very fun to use. However, if I did have a chance to get Japanese books to learn from, I would definitely use those instead. Moving on to the apps now, I have GoodNotes, which is another note-taking app. You can have different notebooks for different subjects, and you can customize them with the different templates for the pages. I mainly just use the grid ones as I practice my hiragana and kanji. Moving on to my more basic apps, I have Safari, and then I also have the Photos app, and then I have YouTube. I use my iPad a lot for entertainment, and I like to watch YouTube videos from it because the display is much bigger. I watch a lot of anime reactions, Japanese vlogs, and gaming PC stuff. One of my favorite channels is your boy Roshi for anime reactions and TV show reactions. I also like to watch Soul Life, who does a lot of cool aesthetic Japanese vlogs. Next up we have Pinterest, which I mainly use to just scroll through when I'm bored. I have tons of Pinterest boards of random stuff. I use Pinterest a lot for different recipes, for outfit ideas, video game ideas, PC setups, and even home decor. One of the main ways I do use Pinterest is by using it for inspo on my Animal Crossing world, or sometimes I'll even just play some videos in the background on YouTube while I play. And now for the main reason why I bought an iPad. Procreate. I started this drawing months ago and I have yet to finish it. I usually use it with the split screen view that you can do on the iPad, and I just use the reference photo from my Photos app and just draw like that. I typically use Spotify in the background whenever I do draw on Procreate, and I listen to Spotify on my Sony headphones. It's really relaxing to just listen to my playlist and draw whenever I have some free time. Moving on to my categorized apps, I have my games. I play a lot of idle simulation games like Pocket Planes whenever I'm bored. I love the little 8-bit style of Pocket Planes and just the idea of managing your own little airline. I started my airports off in Japan, and basically the goal of the game is just to expand all of your airports all across the world. And I also play Genshin Impact a lot on my iPad. I used to play it on PC, but it's just so much easier to play it on my iPad. I don't really play a ton of my games on my iPad though. The next little game that I have is called Forest Island. It's another idle simulation game and it's very relaxing. It has tons of cute little characters and animals that you can collect. You can even grow the island to make it bigger in order to collect all the animals, and you can even take pictures of the animals, which I think is super cute. There's even a little feature that it has where you can listen to the sounds of nature and relax by choosing a different setting within the game on the island. Moving on to the next category, I have the apps that I use to study Japanese. First off, we're going to start with the Learn Japanese app. This app is super helpful and it's basically the same as Duolingo, just a little bit more condensed, I think, and more advanced. I basically just learn my kanji and my hiragana here, and it has different levels that you can advance to in lessons. It even has a review feature where you can go back and review all the past lessons that you've already learned. It also teaches you how to write the different characters, which I think is super helpful. Next up, I have Bumpo. Bumpo is another learning Japanese app that I use, and it has different categories that you can choose from to learn specified lessons like people, greetings, things, numbers, animals, etc. This one has a little bit more reading to it though, but I like that it explains how pronunciation is within the language system and just how the rules are within the language. Lastly, I have a little game called Infinite Japanese. It's just a simple, cool little game where you can learn the words by simply listening to the audio or reading it in Japanese and then selecting the correct one before the little meteors reach to the ground. It even has different categories like the other app by places, animals, things, people, stuff like that. In my second to last category, we have lifestyle apps, I guess you would say. I have Amazon, and then I have a hotel app, a house app, and then I also have Google Earth there just because. On Amazon, I usually just shop a lot. I do shopping for PC parts, which I'm currently trying to build my own PC with. I really just use Amazon for anything really, but that's about it. And then the other apps are just a little bit more personal, so I won't get into that too much. Lastly, I have the entertainment section where I have HBO Max, TikTok, and Crunchyroll. I like TikTok a lot and I scroll through TikTok a lot every day, so I often spend way too much time on there. use HBO Max. I watch a lot of Studio Ghibli movies. One that I watched recently was from Up on Poppy Hill, which I really enjoyed. I don't watch a lot of movies, but whenever I do, I think the iPad is perfect for using it that way. Whenever I'm studying, I like to have a movie playing in the background, or even a YouTube video, or maybe just some music. It's just really helpful, and the display size of the screen is what makes it very easy. And then I have Crunchyroll, obviously, for anime. I watch tons of animes on there. Right now I'm watching Chainsaw Man and Spy Family at the moment. And finally, I just have the calendar app, mail app, and the notes app down in the bottom section of my iPad. That's everything that's on my iPad. Thank you guys for watching so much. Bye!